Today on the Texas Tribune Weekend Insider, the primary runoff between Ted Cruz and David Dewhurst saw Texas Republican leaders lining up behind Dewhurst and national conservative stars rallying around Cruz. Reporter Aman Batheja examines when endorsements can help or hurt a candidate. Then reporter Morgan Smith takes us to an anti-abortion summer camp for teens.
In the last few weeks of the race between David Dewhurst and Ted Cruz, the people that were endorsing the candidates became a campaign issue. Cruz drew endorsements from national conservative stars like Sarah Palin and Rand Paul and Jim DeMint and Glenn Beck and Sean Hannity. And Dewhurst drew his biggest endorsements from people within the state. Rick Perry, Senator Dan Patrick, Land Commissioner Jerry Patterson, Comptroller Susan Combs. And it became very much a Texas conservatives versus national conservatives fight. And in the end, it turned out that Dewhurst's endorsers didn't help him at all, really. Expected that the race was going to be close. In the end, Cruz got more than 150,000 votes more than Dewhurst. I think what this election showed was that endorsements can't really help a candidate who's seen as less conservative than his opponent. Also, this was a very anti-incumbent election. Dewhurst getting all these endorsements by incumbents in the state kind of fed into a perception that he's an entrenched politician, which didn't really help with Tea Party type voters. I think one of the takeaways from this race is Texas Republican leaders may not be as powerful as once believed. The fact that they couldn't really move voters to Dewhurst, at least this week, makes them look a little weak. And it remains to be seen whether that'll carry out through the next legislative session and the next election.
So this is a camp. It's been going on for about 3 years now, and it is for high schoolers who can come and spend 2 weeks learning about the pro-life movement and how to become more involved in their communities, like starting clubs on their high school campuses, talking with people, learning how to persuade people of different points of view, and also do fun summer camp things like going swimming, doing arts and crafts. Texas Right to Life is a statewide pro-life advocacy group. They lobby the legislature on behalf of anti-abortion causes, and then they also do a lot of community activism. The kids that come to this camp, they're kind of coming in with a pre-existing, passion for pro-life issues, but they said that it's at times difficult for these kids to translate that passion into kind of real-life skills that might be helpful to the pro-life movement. So they learn kind of just basic organizational things about, how do you start a club at your high school if you want to? How do you organize the different types of toy and baby supply drives that a lot of pro-life groups do for pregnant women? The big focus of the camp was teaching kids how, instead of kind of coming across in a negative way, overly aggressive or judgmental, which are stereotypes that counselors at the camp said that people might have of pro-life people, there was this focus on kind of having compassion and really listening to people, talking to them about what their viewpoints were, and really trying to understand where they were coming from, and then approaching them in that way and trying to bring them around to the pro-life movement.